What's good, internet? My name is attackslug, and welcome back to Wrestling Revolution 3D 21 mod on the PC version 2. And the perpetual thorn in my side, Timothy Thatcher, has deigned there be another title match. The fourth one. Will it be for his belt and not mine? We gonna find out here on this fine Thursday. Welcome to the show. Yes, finally it says NXT Championship. Now watch me lose. Like, I beat him 3 times in a row. I better not lose here. I need to have that belt reclaimed for the Slugger. That's what I do. Yeah. Get it? No. Pick it up, Drake. Pick it up. What are you... Yeah, alright. He's got it. Okay. Yes. What are you doing, man? Tossing it in the ring. Sure. Fine. Welcome to a fine Thursday here on the program. I am ready for that Thatch as Thatch can style for the 4th time in the past day and a half or so. We'll see if Thatcher can get it done here. I'm hoping he doesn't. I'm hoping that I win and once again fulfill my destiny and all that jazz. But before I get into AEW and NXT, yes, I'm undefeated for 9 weeks. 9 weeks, Thatcher. Give me that belt. Nobody has what it takes to give me a decent challenge. The last man to beat me was indeed Thatcher. So, you know, he has that pedigree. He's tapped me out before. It's happened here on the show. But can he do it now today? We gonna find out. Thatch didn't even get his belt off. And of course, Maverick, my insurance policy. Now, before I get into the shows from last night on a Wednesday, The War, all that good stuff. If you haven't seen my video, I did put up a video of the brand new WWE mobile game called WWE Undefeated. So put up a video on that earlier today, and that is out now as of today on Android and iOS platforms. So I guess get it if you want. It's free to play. It's, you know, the usual mobile game loot box nonsense that I'm not a fan of, but hey, that's just me. That's just me. And Thatch with the elbow on the back of the neck. Vicious. The viciousness. So, what important happened last night on AEW and NXT? Obviously, the big show of the night was AEW. They had kept saying it was their biggest show ever. So, of course, we start with them. What important happened to the Dynamite Diamond Battle Royal? Part 2. The second annual of those. The last winner was MJF. And it came down to what we thought would have been MJF and Wardlow. The roll up with the ref bump. But no, they never eliminated Orange Cassidy. Thanks to best friends, Miro, you know, that whole thing, right? And therefore, the final 2 were MJF and Orange Cassidy. So they fight next week to see who will be number 2 in the Dynamite Diamond deal. Will they have MJF repeat? But more importantly than that, there's going to be a ultimatum next week for the Inner Circle. So after this Battle Royal, we had Kazarian fighting Jericho. Obviously, Jericho wins, right? But there was almost MJF tossing in the towel here, right? And clearly, the Inner Circle can't quite get along, right? So next week, either they decide to all get on the same page, or the Inner Circle breaks up forever. So please don't tap to Thatch. He's got it locked in deep, and I'm not a fan. Can I? There! Reversed it! I'll tap you out, Thatch. We'll see how that goes. So, next week, ultimatum on the same week that they have him fight Orange Cassidy for the Diamond Ring deal. And that'll be, I don't know how that goes. I mean, it's going to depend on, like, I think those 2 things are going to influence each other, right? So, we shall see. Now, we actually have 2 concurrent women's feuds I actually want to see on AEW. For all of the criticism of their Sister Abigail women's roster and how they've been booked poorly, Britt Baker and Thunder Rosa, fantastic. And Sheeta being actually scared of Abaddon, as you should be, because she's kind of terrifying. Yeah, those 2 things I want to see. Those matches. The Gotch style. Suzuki style. 1, 2. There it is. Your new NXT champion. Finally. I've done it. Busted open, falling over, but I've done it, Thatch. And Aubrey's like, no, peace out. I'm done with this. You'd think Raw or SmackDown would come calling to my doorstep to want to hire me away from NXT. Or even AEW. But nobody wants a guy who's been holding all the gold? Seriously. Where is anybody to offer me a better deal to what I have? Bo Dallas renewed his deal on SmackDown. Raw have crowned the Dead Man as their new WWE champion. Oh, yes! Toru Yano, the ultimate trickster, the true ace of New Japan, defeats Aleister Black to be the US champion. Ring of Honor is signing long-term deals I do not want to sign with Ring of Honor. Tommaso Ciampa has deteriorated after being criticized in the press. Oh no. And look at that, a well-deserved day off. SmackDown abandoned their policy of long-term contracts. I guess go to Ring of Honor. Impact has lost its appeal. We'll get to Impact here in a second. Yo defeated Tonga Loa to be the new IWGP US champion. Jackson Ryker still here on NXT. Pete Dunne hires Roddy Strong. Meeting William Regal. Hey Regal, I've got 2 belts and I have creative. So this new outfit, whatever it is, we're going to find out. I can't even see what it is. I see a green headband and black pants, and no, I'm good. I can't force you to wear it. No, you can't. Dexter Lumis in the building. There's more to this beardness than what goes on in that ring. You want to go get a drink with Dexter freaking Lumis? Yeah, man. Let's go. That should be a wild night. I would imagine. Let's do it. 1 drink wouldn't hurt. It's going to be more than 1 drink. Let's trade some more stories. Yeah. 1-on-1, Steve Cutler. I am hungover. Oh, right. This match was booked beforehand. I'd already forgotten. This was booked beforehand. Maybe I shouldn't have been drinking before the big match. But hey, it's non-title. If he wins, he wins. Whatever. Anyhow, so the Darby and Cody versus Ricky Starks and Willie Hobbs, aka Powerhouse Hobbs, right? That match was what it was, right? Darby and Cody get the win there. There is chaos after the match with the Nightmare Family and Team Taz going, head to head. But Team Taz getting the advantage in that endeavor. And then the lights go out. And then the video package starts playing. And I'm like, wait, we're going to have a debut here on the biggest Dynamite ever? Oh man, I am super hungover. That's not good. Your NXT champion is not feeling his best. Drake, you will go on ahead, Drake. I'm going to stand right here and be like, he's gonna puke. Okay, well, it is what it is, man. We do what we do here. I still am a fighting competitor. So, the snow begins to fall in the AEW arena. And wouldn't you know it, it's Sting. AEW has signed Sting. Now I have 0 health here. Now we know that Sting's Legends deal expired. And we know that WWE had pulled all of the Sting merchandise from their, shop. That happened a couple of weeks ago. But AEW signing Sting to apparently a multi-year contract is some wild business for AEW. Considering he's 61, so I'm not sure I want to see a Sting match happening in 2020 or 21. That seems weird. He's going to be on the show to speak next week, and that's going to be, certainly a ratings getter there. But having Sting on TNT with Shivani on the call was just perfect. That's exactly what you want for that moment. You want to have Shivani on there going, "It's Sting!" and losing his freaking mind on that. So kudos on that. And he didn't really pick a side there, right? He looked down Arn Anderson, and he looked down, Cody and everybody else, and just kind of got in and got out. Now, we know that Sting is notorious for being far too trustworthy of people. So now it's the countdown. Who's the first to betray Sting? Because Sting trusted the Four Horsemen twice and got betrayed. I mean, look, it's Sting. He's not very bright. So, we'll see how that plays out. But yes, a big get there for AE Dubs, and we'll see how that goes in the near future. Now, otherwise, your main event was that AEW World Title on the line, and once again, you had Don Callis on commentary. And it's like, all right, sure, they got some kind of a thing going on with him. He's a guy in charge of Impact, and sure, right? You play it off as he is the friend of Omega, since they were like, you know, kids, and sure, all right, right? But Omega, late in the match, gets tossed into the heaters at ringside because it was cold, right? And down comes Don Callis, who hands Omega the microphone, who busts open Moxley, and then hits his finish and wins the AEW title, right? Not a clean finish, which, considering Mox has been undefeated in AEW, sure, right? That's what you would expect for that. But the bigger news was after the match. Immediately, Callis and Omega run for the hills and do the biggest possible heel move for Omega, which is, you want to know why we did it? We'll tell you on Impact on Tuesday. And I'm like, look, that's hilarious, right? That's kind of amazing that they managed to do that in this year and had that do some kind of a deal with Impact to have their stars on Impact and perhaps vice versa, right? Some kind of a thing happening. But I watch too much wrestling at this point. I'm not watching Impact. I'll watch the highlights on YouTube the next day, but I'm not watching a full show of Impact. It's just, I already watch between 9 and 12 hours of wrestling every week. Raw, NXT, AEW, SmackDown, pay-per-views. Like, you're not going to get me to sit through 2 hours of Josh Matthews on commentary. It's just not going to happen. I'm sorry. But yes, that was the most, like, Sting was shocking, and that was even more shocking, and that was a pop-up cutter there from Cutler. Cutler with the cutter. But Attack Slug being hung over and refusing to give up here. Holding out at the almost 5-minute mark with myself just being at 0 health the whole time. This shows the stamina, the tank, and the absolute wrestling acumen of Attack Slug. So, we're going to find out on Tuesday on Impact. So, that was the end of the show, and it did end at 10 p.m., despite what Tony Khan said otherwise. It ended, and then at the very end, Eddie Kingston got on the mic and called out Lance Archer, and that was the end of the show. So, weird, but okay. Sure, why not, right? I'm curious to see how this thing plays out in the long term. If you win on a back body drop, bro, I'm sorry, you aren't that important. What's happening? So, besides that, what important happened over on NXT? Less important, you know, a lot of continuing of your angles, going into War Games this Sunday, right? And continuing the Xia Li Boa thing. They were being, like, water tortured there, and then there's still some mysterious lady who is commanding this thing to happen, and I don't understand. Also, there have been more than one individual in a Scream mask that apparently are helping Gargano, right? Now, if there's just one, my theory is Austin Theory, who quit a couple of weeks ago on the show. So, having him reappear to help Gargano would not surprise me. So the first one obviously was Indy Hartwell, and so someone to help Johnny, if it was Austin Theory, wouldn't surprise me. Canadian freaking destroyer and a rope break. So, other than that, the main event was Shotzi and Raquel to get advantage for WoW Games, right? And Shotzi wins because her fourth team member is indeed Io Shirai, as I said it would be, because that's how they were getting that thing booked. It was pretty clear on that. So, unsurprising, it is going to be Shotzi, Ember, Rhea, and Io in WoW Games. And they had the advantage in that match. So, that should be fun on Sunday night. So, not Saturday. Sunday night. So, and the big ending hits Aubrey in the mouth. She is not having that at all. Just always in the line of fire is Miss Edwards here. So it is what it is. Snap mare. And shockingly, I'm not done yet. Like, how is this match still going? I do not know. But will Steve? Nope. The rollover and the rollover. Who will gain advantage in this matchup? Slug might just tap. He's been wasted the whole time. Just absolutely, haha. Your boy on the outside screwed it up. What's with the Bray Wyatt crab walk? Who are you, man? What are you doing? Get the grapple. There it is. Death Valley Driver. 1, a 2, a 3. And Attack Slug, despite being totally wasted and hungover, manages to beat Steve Cutler in a non-title endeavor. So thanks a lot, Dexter Lumis. Thanks a lot. You don't want none. Steve Cutler losing to an inferior opponent. No, I'm superior. I was just a little bit, saucy. Shorty G renewed his contract for 47 weeks, almost a year. That's a long deal. But he has creative, man. Thumbs up on that. Monday Night Raw lost its appeal. Maybe cut that third hour. Just saying. Lana has left Raw to go to NXT. Now, Killian Dane was feuding with Lana, wasn't he? Joe Perry, released by Raw, going to the Indies. Fandango renewed his deal with NXT. Cameron Grimes renewed his deal with NXT to the moon. And tomorrow, to end the week, we have WoW Games. So that's just very appropriate. I suppose it's a one-on-one, but still appropriate. Anyhow, I'm attackslug. Thanks for watching. More videos right here. See you next time. And I'm out.